Okay, I don't know why I'm getting these kinds of questions and requests, but we'll talk about them. So basically, the question is this: this is coming from a Christian, and he goes to a mega church in Manila. And the question is basically very simple. The heart of the question is: he likes a girl, doesn't know what to do. He's single. He's got a good job. He's gainfully employed. He's a godly guy. He just doesn't know what to do when it comes to relationships and girls in particular. So he's a lot like me. He grew up with no girls in his life except his mom. I have no sisters as well. So, he doesn't really know how to talk to women, but he's a Christian. So, um, let me make a big disclaimer for a bit. This video is not to answer the question, I'm a guy, how do I get girls? That's not the purpose of this question, the video, okay? Here's the thing. I'm assuming that a lot of people who will be listening to this are Christians, and we have several assumptions here. We assume, number one, that Christian girls would want to be with Christian men. Secondly, another assumption is that Christian men want to be more godly, more mature, and become Christian leaders, because we know that for Christians, men lead in the home, and so we want to practice our leadership ahead of time. While we're still single, we want to learn how to lead, of course, ourselves and others, and eventually, hopefully, if you want to get married, then to lead your spouse, all right, your wife. So I want to talk about maybe five things that would probably help. First, confidence. And I'm not talking about like arrogance, I'm talking about security, confidence in Christ, and all of that stuff. But I'm taking all of these things from the life of King David, all right? So the confidence I'm talking about has more to do with body language and gestures. So, in terms of body language, just a few tips I learned from, like social skills and stuff. Use your hands, use your body, use your body language. Don't, like, if when you're talking to someone, and I'm gonna give you guys a very simple situation. You're all in a group setting, everyone's hungry, no one wants to make a decision on where to eat, and you make a suggestion and you go, does anyone want to eat in KFC? So low tone, very low voice, body language is, like very defensive, very, all right. Compare that to a higher tone, very enthusiastic, confident body language. You're using your body, you're showing your hands. Please don't make floppy movements like this, like you know that's very floppy, very lanky. Don't do that. Just show your palms as much as possible. Don't like always keep your hands, your palms inside. That's a gesture of defensiveness, you know right? So that's like, all right, so show your hands, talk about stuff, and be confident, all right? So number one is probably confidence. Why? Christian girls would want to be with a confident husband, because a confident man would make a confident husband who would lead them confidently towards Jesus. All right, so that's one. Second thing would be your enthusiasm and your energy. You can be confident about something, but you don't have enthusiasm and energy or passion. King David was a very passionate guy. Just look at the Psalms. Look at how this guy writes and how he worships God. Read First Kings and you'll see how he worships God. This guy is a passionate guy. So you got to be passionate about stuff. All right, if you're passionate about, let's just pretend you're passionate about basketball. Be passionate about basketball. Talk about basketball. Don't be afraid. Like, be energetic. Some of you guys are probably thinking, oh man, I gotta change my personality. Guess what? Social skills are skills. They can be learned. And if you can learn these social skills, then it'll give you a kind of an edge, not just in life, but for yourself as well. You can use these social skills in your workplace and etc., 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 right? So looking for a promotion with a boss, things like that. You're trying to get a project off the ground, things like that, all right? So confidence next is energy. That talks about your tone of voice. That talks about how you don't mumble your words, don't eat your words, enunciate properly. You might have to practice, you might have to learn, you might have to enroll in some classes, but go for it, all right? Just go for it. All right, so don't be like, oh, so you guys want to eat in Shakey's because in Shakey's it's come on, guys. We're men. We're supposed to be leaders. Supposed to be, excited about life and about what God has given us, and what we can be good stewards of. Next is decisiveness. Decisiveness is a gigantic issue, especially when it comes to this modern day and age. You've got, just for example, you're all hanging out in a house, and everyone's like, "What do you guys want to eat? What do you guys want to eat?" Okay, let's look at Grab Food Panda, right? So you're swiping. Okay, chicken, pork, fish, vegetables. So there's so many options. One of these days, you gotta eat. If you don't eat, you'll all starve to death, right? So you gotta make a decision. You gotta be decisive. If you notice, or if you sense that the group doesn't want to make a decision, make that decision. Own the decision. If people don't like the food, they don't like the food, and you can just say, "Sorry guys, my bad. Pictures look good. I didn't know it was gonna be that horrible. I didn't know they were gonna undercook the food or whatever." Right? If it's great, great. Everyone had fun. If it wasn't that good, well, it's okay. That's life, right? So you combine everything and you make a decision. The decision shouldn't always be you, but ask for suggestions, make suggestions, and finally, if no one can make a decision, make it for the group. All right. Now, how do you combine that with enthusiasm? Because a lot of times people are like, "Let's go, 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 go." You know, go, go, go doesn't sometimes cut it. So, for example, let's talk about the food again. Where do you guys want to eat? Nobody knows, nobody knows, nobody knows. This girl doesn't know where to go. This guy doesn't know where to go. This girl doesn't want to eat. This guy says he's not hungry. So people don't want to make decisions, but it's a big group. The rest are hungry. What do? You ask them, "Okay, what do you guys want? Chicken, fish, beef, pizza, or veggies?" Everyone's like, "Oh, pizza sounds good. All right, pizza. All right, pizza. We've got Shakey's Pizza Hut. Shakey's, you've got the Shakey's Supercard. Pizza Hut, you've got like those thick crusts. What'll it be?" Everyone's going to be like, oh, well, the Supercard has a 10% discount. If you order, it's a buy one, take one. Okay, we'll go Shakey's. Then if everyone thinks Shakey's is a good idea, then summarize it for everybody. Great. Guys, it's Shakey's. We're going to split the bill. There's going to be 10% discount, so it's going to be really great. And guys, Chicken and Mojo's is there. Pineapple pizza. Well, not a lot of you guys like pineapple pizza, but my favorite in Shakey's, for example, this is my personal favorite, the Texas chicken barbecue pizza. And then you add that with a chicken and Mojo's, and then the gravy, bam, that's an explosive meal. All right, so you make the decision. You've got confidence, you've got enthusiasm, you're passionate. When you make a decision, you add your enthusiasm into it, you give passion, and when you give yourself to that decision, and then you own that decision, it's going to be great for everybody. You're leading yourself, you're leading others, and eventually, if God willing, you might end up leading your wife. Last two things is standards. You gotta have standards. Guys, if you're attracted to someone, please, like especially if you're attracted to a girl and you're a Christian and she's also a Christian, she's gotta be a Christian, okay? Don't be like, "Oh, I'm a Christian and she's a Christian," but then she's a wishy-washy Christian, just forget it, okay? You gotta be attracted to character. Character says it all. So be more attracted to her character than just her looks. As men, we're very visual creatures, but you gotta see not just if she's pretty, but if she's godly. All right, so that has to do with her modesty, the way she talks, the way she treats others, the way she encourages others, the way she prays, the way she attends Bible studies consistently, the way she goes to church without being late all the time. Those things. Your character, you gotta have standards, man. And lastly is honesty. Guys, you gotta learn how to be honest. Don't be wishy-washy. If you disagree with someone, disagree with someone. I don't like it and I can't appreciate it when guys don't agree with something but just say yes just to please the crowd. That shows you don't really have a backbone. Women do not appreciate that. Now, if you're a lady and you're listening to this, correct me if I'm wrong. I bet you, guys, I bet you that the girls would say the same thing. They want to be with a man who's confident, enthusiastic, energetic, passionate. They want to be with a guy who's decisive. They want to be with a guy who's got real standards, who love them for who they are and not just for their looks. And they want to be with a guy who's honest, who's sincere, and who knows how to be diplomatic at the same time. Look at the life of King David. He was all of those things. He was honest with a lot of people, but he was also very diplomatic when it came to King Saul. He knew when to be honest, when to be diplomatic. He knew that he had standards, especially when Goliath was insulting God. He was decisive. He took risks, and that's how confident he was. He took risks, and he was very passionate. Just read the Psalms, right? So look at all those 5 traits are all in King David, and that's why I mentioned those 5. So I hope this video was a blessing to you, and I hope this encouraged you as well. God bless you.